Capricorn, welcome to your 5-card movie star spread. Yeesh. Ooh. Okay, Capricorn. Transition. A slow moving transition. It happens ever so slowly, which is good because that's the pace you want to run when you're going with a transition, or at least you in particular. But this is a permanent transition. This isn't like those little things where you can take a step back and change something, okay? This is literally, once you make this transition, you can't go back. This slow. And as usual, Capricorn, mind on your money and your money on your mind. I know you've heard this before, specifically with the Ace of Pentacles. So when we get the aces, it is high potential, low resolution. Meaning, in this card, you have all the potential in this world to adjust and redirect your resources. Resources are health, wealth, and how you leverage your network. It's material, it's tangible, it's slow moving. But it's low resolution. You have to process it through a framework before it becomes something. Other words, you linger in this potential energy for so long that it just loses its potential, right? So, this is the potential to redirect your material resources, but you have to process it to a framework, through a framework, in order to leverage it. You need a plan, Capricorn. You have to plan your way through this transition. Because right now you're running on all intellectual strength, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. However, there could be a false sense of security in this because your judgment card, your journey card is the judgment card. Bear with me. It's been a morning. Um, So you feel strong and confident. However, there's this decision that has to be made, very much like the transition. Once the decision is made, you can't turn back. These are permanent changes. And see, Capricorn is good with planning and Capricorn is good with strategizing, but they like to take a systematic approach and just change one little thing at a time. So if something falls off kilter, they can then go back and they don't have to go all the way back to the beginning. It feels to me like there's a little bit of anxiety in this because there's major changes coming and you recognize that yes, you were turning little things at a time, but now you're at a point where the next few steps that you take are irreversible. And you're just like, ooh, like you're strong enough to do it, but you're hesitating in the process. That's why you have the potential, the high potential, but the low resolution. You're unsure within the dance of change. You don't have the confidence in making the little changes necessary that are going to be the permanent fixtures for starting a new foundation. You're second guessing yourself. You're second guessing your plan. You're second guessing your resources. Yeah, see, the plan is already in play, so you recognize there's a time frame on making these decisions. But there's something about the way you made these decisions in the past that's giving you a little bit of fear and anxiety that's creeping up. You may have to pass on an opportunity in order to regain your stability. There's a cog that's missing. You planned on things being a particular way, and something fell slightly off kilter. Now you have to regroup and move forward. But there's hesitation. Capricorn, this feels very financial, and I always have a hard time advising with finances because everybody's finances are going to be so different in a general read. If this was a personal read, I would pull more cards specific to finance. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to recap really quick the difference between if this is a vocational thing or if this is a personal relationship. If what you're doing is working through a personal relationship, then the transition and the potential to leverage this is something that you feel very confident about. However, the decision can't be made on its own, which is why you're having a hard time juggling the decision. You would need to look at what's happened to you in the past and communicate that with the third party in order to come to resolution and elevate the personal relationship to the next level. Okay? However, if this is a vocational spread, all right. So if this is dealing more with vocation or finance, there is a transition that you have to make and a decision that you have to make that you will not be able to turn back from once it's done. It may be a contract that you have to sign your name to and that you are obligated for. Now you feel good about it, but there's something deep inside that says, but wait, can I really hold up my end of this contract? Do I have it within me? Because you've made a similar mistake with your finance or your career before, and then the situation just moved forward despite the fact that you weren't prepared for it. So what you're thinking is, should I pass on this opportunity and maintain my stability without taking this risk? Or should I put my blind faith into this risk and hope for the best? So if this is vocation or finance, there's a sense of gambling. If this is a personal relationship, you don't need to gamble. All you need to do is explain to this person, and you can come to resolution. Capricorn, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. I know there were two different storylines there. Pick the one that resonates. Don't try and force something to fit. I will see you next week.